Welcome to a moment of sage. I just watched Gavin Newsome giving his spiel on Trump, saying that he's weakness masquerading as strength. That's coming from Gavin Newsome. Gavin Newsome. You know, he's the guy that contributed to fantastically devastating wildfires because of his stupid decisions. He's the guy that he made it acceptable to defecate and urinate in business doorways and on sidewalks, on curbs. Yeah, that's what he did. He made it acceptable to shoplift up to $900 and some dollars. You're good to go. How much you got? I got $920. All right, you're good to go. Oh man, I'm telling you, the highest cost of living in the known universe. Yeah, it's Gavin Newsome. Man, I'm telling you, he enforced COVID restrictions except for him and his dinner buddies. Oh man, I'm telling you, it's unbelievable. Responsible for the biggest exodus of residents and businesses from his state ever. That's Gavin Newsome, and he's calling Trump's a weakness masquerading as strength. Trump, the guy who gave Iran an ultimatum and then bombed them, kept his word. He closed the border. Something that the previous administration said, I can't do that. I don't have the authority. He's deported murderers, rapists, gangs, the worst gangs in the world. Deported them. Brought inflation way down from hovering around 9% during Biden. Now it's down about 2%. Man, he has brought gasoline prices way down. And after the first of the year, we'll start to see plans that he's instigated really take effect and make this country a little bit better. I say a little bit because he was left, and he's trying to turn around the most damaged country we've ever had, thanks to the worst administration this country has ever experienced. Joe Biden and his administration. An absolute disgrace. Honest to goodness, as a seventh grader, I could have done a better job running this country than Joe Biden. It is unbelievable. Trump is now actually doing something about drug trade and those who are trying to sneak drugs across open seas and across the land. This has been a problem for decades and decades. And other politicians have talked about it, maybe done a little bit. Of course, our border security always does a great job at the border passings when they check vehicles, but it's an impossible task to do all of it. But Trump is doing something, and they're screaming about that. Amazing. They're just screaming about ICE, what they're doing. They all kept quiet, and now the consequences and the way to fix it is upsetting to them. But they didn't care. They kept their mouths shut when gangs and drugs and rapists and pedophiles and others walked across the border. They did nothing. The first day Biden was in office, he stopped the building of the wall. And then, of course, eventually, just before he left office, tried to sell all the border materials that were laying there on the ground. He's a scoundrel. Biden's a scoundrel. Yep. And even though Biden's a scoundrel, he doesn't rank up there where Gavin Newsome does. Oh man, Gavin Newsome, he's just a narcissist who needs real help. Now you may say, well, Trump's a narcissist. At least he's got accomplishments.